Signed by Sagicor Bank is
7.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people that I say we are march up the dance. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights on.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament, with a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner, where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame, who were the best or worst players of the day, and have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily, with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi.
So when I wake up in the morning, I say a word of prayer. Tap, 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 tap. Yo, this is yours truly, the Image, and I'm representing for CVM. See it happen. You hear that? CVM what? See it happen. Listen, keep it locked.
Yo, this is Governor representing of the CVM, you know. See it happen and CVM right now. Yeah.
Coming up in CVM News at 7, questions raised regarding effects of TCN agreement on human rights. PNP questions the PM why not remove Andrew Wheatley from cabinet. And we've got your traditional flavors, while later on in sports, West Indies women through to the Women's World Cup semis despite loss. Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News at 7 for Saturday, June 27, 2026. I'm Curlin Brown. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, while the conversation on the acceptance of third country nationals continued in the nation's parliament, the opposition again highlighted possible breaches of the human rights of those being deported from the U.S. to Jamaica. Among the questions is whether Jamaica has the infrastructure and legal framework needed to facilitate the hosting of these individuals. Krista Williams tells us more.
Some third country nationals would have arrived in the US for many reasons, including the seeking of political asylum. That's according to attorney at law and opposition spokesperson on youth and human rights, Isaac Buchanan. However, he believes Jamaica does not now have the structure in place to support the controversial US deportation program.
Do we have the laws in place? The answer to that currently is no. And so in terms of what our international obligations are, in terms of Article 33, Article 3 of the 1951 UN Convention, which seems to suggest that we would be breaching international laws just by our domestic reality.
The government of Jamaica says when the program begins, it will receive up to 25 third country nationals, TCNs, every 2 weeks, and will not receive any additional TCNs if more than 10 of those individuals are remaining in the country. The opposition spokesperson says this time frame is not sufficient.
The United States Supreme Court says in a nutshell that persons, if their foot wasn't placed on the American soil, they hadn't entered and crossed the border, then they can be sent back to their country of origin, notwithstanding if the effect is that they would die. We do not have asylum, political asylum legislation. The serious impact is crimes against torture. And I will just simply say that 14 days is not enough to ventilate those issues. Our Chief Justice is working overtime to clear backlogs in our courts, let alone to have to deal with this at the parish court level.
The opposition spokesperson on human rights says his greatest concern is about Jamaican nationals not being sent back to their homeland, while persons may be stuck in Jamaica who are not Jamaicans. He compares this to the arrival of Haitian nationals in his constituency.
September 3rd was a mandate given to the Prime Minister and his cabinet and his government. The reality that I just want people to appreciate is that while even where government fails to recognize human rights, which is the current state in Jamaica, we as humans must do that. Our Haitians are our brothers and sisters. The only fear is that we don't have infrastructure. If our brothers and sisters and our cousins from the Caribbean find themselves on our shores, how do we treat with it? It cannot be that our nation will only accommodate TCNs where we are in an agreement for monetary gain and then turn our backs on our brothers and sisters who may be fleeing for life-threatening realities.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
And opposition Senator Lambert Brown sharply criticized the government's decision to sign a third country nationals agreement with the United States. Let's get more from Carla Ramdeen.
President of the Senate, Tom Tavares Finson, had to turn off Senator Lambert Brown's microphone after this accusation.
I raise the issue. Why are you bringing to Jamaica the most despicable pedophiles and dangerous people that Senator your MOU has brought? Just like the TCN, a preference to foreigners over the Melissa victims. Just like the preference, the rejection of Jamaican coming back from the UK. We are seeing a government showing a preference to foreigners over Jamaican.
Senator Brown says the Jamaica Civil Aviation Act that was passed in Senate on Friday gives more safety to Jamaicans than the TCN agreement.
This bill to me appears to be preference for foreigners. It's the same approach.
But Senator Brown, with the greatest of respect, how can civil
That's my opinion.
I'm asking though.
Well, let me speak and then we can talk afterwards.
How can civil aviation safety be aimed at foreigners?
Let me talk what I want to talk.
However, Senate President asked whether Senator Brown was sharing the views held by his party.
Senator Brown, I have to turn off your mic. You heard what you said? Why is the government of Jamaica choosing to bring Rubio's pedophile and despicable people? That is the position of the People's National Party. That is the position of the People's National Party. Well, if that is the position, I want you to state I want you to state on the record that that is the position of the People's National Party, that the Jamaica Labour Party government is bowing to Rubio to bring pedophiles and criminals to Jamaica. Let the record show that that is the position of the People's National Party.
In response, Senator Brown said he was sharing his personal view and not the position of the People's National Party.
That in choosing to bring the TCN,
yes,
you are choosing what Rubio said. Despicable pedophiles would want to get away from America.
All right, okay.
And to dump on us.
And that's the position of the People's National Party.
Brown's view.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News. President.
On another hot topic, the PNP is insisting the Office of the Prime Minister must operate within the highest level of probity, transparency and integrity in the Andrew Wheatley case, adding damage is now being done to the reputation of the country. Now, the opposition is adamant no further damage to the country's image will be accepted as calls continue for his resignation.
Dr. Andrew Wheatley under pressure and the PNP maintaining it. Wheatley recommended to the Director of Corruption Prosecution for charges of illicit enrichment, making false declaration and failing to give information. The Integrity Commission investigating his statutory declarations and financial affairs over 10 years from 2010 to 2022 found a $164 million wealth gap of increase, a discrepancy according to the Integrity Commission. The South St. Catherine Member of Parliament failed to adequately explain.
We make no issue with integrity on our side. No report has come out from the Integrity Commission that any member of our side has broken the law or should be charged. None. So anybody who wants to point to any report or anything about anybody on our side, that is a false equivalence, meaning the two are not equal. Nobody on our side has broken the law with respect to an Integrity Commission report or an Auditor General report that has been produced.
The Prime Minister later asserting confidence in the Member of Parliament, who is currently the Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister responsible for science, technology and special projects. Not for the first time, Andrew Wheatley being investigated for financial matters while in public office. The Prime Minister reprimanded Dr. Wheatley at that time.
The Prime Minister removed him from the cabinet for offences that were lesser in seriousness than these offences. He wasn't charged then, he wasn't recommended to be charged. But because of how stink the issue was at the time, the Prime Minister saw it fit to remove him. I don't understand. If you removed him then for issues that were not as serious as this issue of illicit enrichment, why are you pulling your feet, dragging your feet rather, in removing him from the cabinet?
The PNP argues the Prime Minister is between a rock and a hard place in dealing with the matter and has no other option but to support Dr. Wheatley.
The Prime Minister knows and if he asks Wheatley to go on account of this charge with illicit enrichment, then he is setting a precedent for himself. Because he is still in the court, battling the Integrity Commission, actually trying to strike out that provision in law that will allow for someone to be charged for illicit enrichment. I don't think it looks good. It is a stain on the record of the country, and we cannot accept that as comrades. So we are repeating our call for Andrew Wheatley to have some shame and have some pride and resign, step aside from the cabinet. And if he refuses to do that, the Prime Minister should do the honorable thing of sacking the minister with immediate effect.
PNP Senator Cleveland Tomlinson was speaking on Friday at a divisional conference held in Kingston. For CVM News, I'm Damon Phillips.
The Jamaica Teachers Association, the JTA, is expressing grave concern over what it describes as deplorable and hazardous conditions under which students and teachers in sections of Western Jamaica continue to function. President of the JTA, Mark Malabra, made the statement following a tour of the learning facilities still struggling from the inconvenience caused by Hurricane Melissa. Members of the American Federation of Teachers, the AFT, were also on that tour.
Students and teachers remain confined to cramped tents that are unbearably hot, poorly ventilated, and wholly unfit for meaningful
Apologies for the abrupt end there. Now, the JTA head is calling on the Education Ministry to take urgent and decisive action in advance of the new academic year. I beg your pardon. Investigations Division, the FID, says it has secured court orders forfeiting more than 2 million Jamaican and foreign currency in 2 separate cases under the Proceeds of Crime Act. In the St. Anne's Bay Parish Court, more than 1.8 million Jamaican dollars along with Canadian and U.S. currency was forfeited in a matter involving Demoy Campbell and Joshua Campbell, following a 2024 police operation. And in a separate ruling, the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court ordered the forfeiture of $251,500 in a case involving Peter Manning Jr., arising from a 2024 vehicle stop along Spanish Town Road. Now, the FID says the rulings highlight the importance of financial investigations and asset recovery in tackling unlawful activities. Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon visited Mountain Park Primary in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, to personally congratulate students, teachers, parents, and other staff members on the school's outstanding performance in the Primary Exit Profile PEP, despite being located in one of the parishes hardest hit by Hurricane Melissa in late October last year. Crystal Williams has more.
The Education Minister spoke with one of the top achievers, who is the head boy of Park Mountain Primary, commending him on achieving top scores and encouraging him to continue striving for excellence as he looks to attend Monroe College in the parish of St. Elizabeth. The Park Mountain Primary head boy was beaming with pride.
We all did exceptionally well on these last exams. I know some classmates who had developed in grade 4 and 5 and still pulled through to pass from Monroe and SETS in these final exams. Our teachers pushed us hard and we worked even harder. And now we're all happy as we all succeeded in these final exams.
The Education Minister noted that the school's success reflected the resilience of its students and staff, despite the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa, and praised the impact of its mathematics and English improvement initiatives.
And I'm so glad that you get to be highlighted. You get all this publicity because this was through hard work. It's not just something that just happened. It is something that has taken place because of the leadership and the school community.
The minister also presented laptops courtesy of eLearning Jamaica to 2 of the high-performing students in recognition of their outstanding achievements.
And so today, I have a gift for the 2 top students at Park Mountain Primary and Infant School. And it's courtesy of eLearning Jamaica. And it is... Okay.
Crystal Williams, CVM News.
And CVM News at 7 will continue in a moment.
natural feed, fresh grass, no stress. Stress? I don't know her. They say happy cows make better milk. Well, just look how happy we are. And I'm sure you can taste the difference. So move to the best milk ever. True Milk.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament. With a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame? Who were the best or worst players of the day? And have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
As we welcome you back, there's something sizzling for a business which has been providing meals for loyal customers at the end of the work week in the corporate area. Well, the family business with a new injection from its next generation will, as of next week, add a formal setting all week long from the very location. There's an easy way to combine meals and businesses in 3 words: Summit Food Fest. It's a popular lifestyle for many in Kingston City, and on a good Thursday and Friday, some 20 vendors turn out to satisfy their customers, among them the Azans with their Reggae Flames. However, this wife and husband team has something up their sleeves, and it's more than their dream to travel the distance, and even a more hands-on approach from their son, Gibran.
It has been about 2.5 years since I started with the Summit Food Village. Now we have Thursdays and Friday night, but coming on the 29th, we'll be having Reggae Flames Restaurant and Catering opening its door to the wider community on the public with just about everything you can desire: food, drink, bar, just about everything. We will be having Jamaican food as well as seafood, and also some Lebanese food as well.
So it's another Friday and artisans and vendors are rolling in and they're setting up. On this, the last day of cooking outdoors for Reggae Flames, is also a test inside the kitchen where we found Habib Azan already prepping for the mouth-watering menu. So, what's cooking?
So on the stove in there we have curry goat going on, we have jerk conch, we have curry conch at this moment going on.
And I see some conch being cooked.
Yes, that's the curry conch and the jerk conch as well. So this is our special gunga rice and peas. As you can see, my gunga rice and peas, you can eat it without even any meat. As my grandson would say, Grandma, you do the best rice and peas. We have curry goat, we have this is the jerk pork.
Good to go.
This is the jerk pork, cooked and ready to go. Oh, sure by the way, that's the oven jerk pork. This
and that's the jerk
oven jerk chicken.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
The special sauce.
with our special sauce made from scratch.
The location during the regular dining hours past breakfast in the week will see Reggae Flames as a standalone, but that's not a bother to them.
On Chelsea Avenue, there are a lot of restaurants, but coming to Ruthven Road, I am the only one on Ruthven Road as we speak. Now, our doors will be open for meals, takeout, lunches, and dining up until 8, from 11 until 8 o'clock.
Well, Reggae Flames has made a leap of faith, one that extends their business by hours and offers to their public. They say they are just a call and a drive away from the hustle and the bustle of the commercial spaces.
We can accommodate up to 30 people per dining at any one time. My customer, they are the ones who are my biggest support and my encouragement. They are the ones who really encourage me to go further because they cannot wait until Thursdays and Fridays to get Reggae Flames food. We'll be serving just about everything that you can get at a Jamaican restaurant, along with our seafood. You know, those things are done to order.
And tell me about the Lebanese food.
Wow, that's a wide variety. So we'll be having kafta burger, we'll be having baba ganoush, we'll be having the Lebanese bread as usual, and laban, we'll be having labneh, and the pickle, and just to name a few.
From food, we now turn to regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. The government of Trinidad and Tobago, in collaboration with the private sector, has agreed to undertake a national humanitarian relief response for Venezuela following Wednesday's powerful earthquakes. We hear from TTT News.
Acting on the instructions of Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs says it convened a joint public and private sector stakeholder meeting in collaboration with the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government on Friday to undertake a national humanitarian relief response for Venezuela. The meeting brought together key partners including the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management, the ODPM, the TNT Chamber of Industry and Commerce, the Energy Chamber, the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, the TTMA, AmCham, and Sewa TT. It noted that the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government will host a national collection drive beginning on Monday, operating daily from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The initiative will be carried out in collaboration with all 14 municipal corporations, the Tobago Emergency Management Agency TEMA, and participating supermarkets across the country.
And in international news, the United Nations has warned nearly 7 million people may require emergency aid as Venezuela deals with the aftermath of 2 earthquakes since Wednesday. Authorities have confirmed the deaths of over 1,400 people and tens of thousands remain unaccounted for. The latest from Al Jazeera.
Pulled alive from the rubble, a fragile sign of hope in a disaster that has left Venezuela shattered. But for most families here, that hope is fading fast. Days after 2 powerful earthquakes struck within seconds of each other, devastating the north. Rescuers say the first 72 hours are critical for finding survivors as they continue to search the collapsed remains of entire apartment blocks.
It was awful. So many people died. So many family members went missing. At least I lost my house completely, but we're all right, thank God.
On the ground, international teams joined the hunt as the interim president pledged more were on the way.
Venezuela is not alone. We have received the hand of solidarity from the world.
Authorities say more than 14,000 military and police personnel have been deployed to help. But many Venezuelans say the response has fallen short.
A small aircraft has slammed into Beijing's tallest building, sending debris raining down onto the streets. ABC News has the details in this report.
A small aircraft crashing into one of the world's tallest skyscrapers in Beijing. Shocking video circulating online showing chunks of debris falling to the ground below. The tail section of the two-seater Sunward Aurora dropping hundreds of feet. Flight Radar 24 sharing a partial flight path showing the plane had taken off from an airport 30 miles east of Beijing around 6 p.m. local time. Images showing what appears to be a large hole and broken glass of the iconic 108-story CITIC Tower. Roads closed, fire engines and police vehicles